What's up with y'all, Ocean Squad? It's me, 3WP Rashad. Hey look, my bad if I've been seeming a bit distant lately. I just wanna let y'all know. It's to the point where I'm a half YouTuber and I'm a half 3WP businessman. And it's all thanks to y'all. That's why I really appreciate y'all support, and I just wanna let y'all know what's going on with me. Like most of the time when I'm not making YouTube videos, I'm doing 3WP brush order type stuff. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting. But today, we about to get this video filmed, y'all. I've been trying to film this all week, but I just been having to handle stuff with the 3WP brush business on the other side, y'all. But let's do it, all right? I'm about to give y'all 5+ haircut tips to get y'all waves and keep y'all waves on swim. Boost the like button for me, Ocean Squad, man. I say it all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Boost it for me. Boost it. Boom! Hey, if you early and you in the notification squad, code right there. And yeah, you know what to do with that. It's only one available, you know what I'm saying? I need to give y'all these haircut tips so y'all can make it through this winter that's about to come, all right? Especially during the winter, because a lot of people love to woof during the winter because it's basically woofing season, you know what I'm saying? I thought woofing season was over.
I thought the hurricane season was over.
I thought hurricane season was over.
It's never over around here, all right? But yeah, man, let's start it, y'all. But before we start, y'all know what y'all need to do for me? Boost it, boost the like button. All right, Ocean Squad, so look, we all know the importance of woofing and growing your hair out. That's essential. But the haircut tips also go along with the woofing to help you get better results. The first thing that I wanna address when I'm talking about haircuts is I'm gonna address the length that you should get your haircut. Now, I cut my hair down myself about 2 weeks ago. Let me just pop up the video footage from when I was cutting my hair to explain the haircut length I decided to go with for this last cut that I did. Time to cut my hair. Take this do-rag off. Let me show y'all, I've been woofing for, man, it's been going on 5 weeks so far. I was supposed to get my hair cut a couple days ago, but I kept missing my haircut appointments. But you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna cut it down myself right now. It's about time for me to get this cut, man. Look at these waves. The guard I'm using for this cut is a 1 guard, y'all. Y'all always ask me this on Instagram, and I'm letting you know now. First, I'm gonna put this guard all the way open like this, and then I'm gonna see if my hair is long enough to be cut like that. So let me just comb it out real quick. That's the first thing I wanna do to lift my hair off of my scalp. All right, so y'all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Hold up, I'm not a horse. All right, disregard that. It just sounds good, you know what I'm saying? I'm calling myself a horse over here. All right, forget all that. But yeah, man, y'all heard it straight from the 3WP. Y'all heard it from me, I said it. I decided to go with a 1 guard, and I usually always decide to go with a 1 guard. But the difference is I would either adjust the lever to have the lever all the way open, or I would close the lever. Now, a nice length for me and people who have a hair texture similar to mine is you put that 1 guard on and you close the lever about halfway. And that'll leave you with a nice length for your final cut. If you really want to go low, then close the lever all the way, but keep the 1 guard on, and you know what I'm saying, that's going to be a super low cut, but sometimes these cuts come out good like that. Now, hey, hear me out. If your hair texture is more on the straighter side, you might want to bump up to a 2, all right? So that's the haircut tip number 1, and that goes for length. And yeah, that's that tip. Now let's move on to the second tip. Are y'all ready for tip number 2? Now tip number 2 is focused on preparing your 360 waves for the haircut. Now, there's a technique that I found that I feel kind of prepares your hair to be cut and allows you to see nice results when you finally get the cut. And this is basically like a little method. I'm gonna explain this method to y'all, and I did it when I cut my hair down myself. Now, the method is real simple, y'all. To do the method, you're gonna need a comb you're gonna need a soft brush, all right? If you don't have a soft brush, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and pick you up a soft brush. Can you do it with a medium brush? You low-key could do it with a medium brush, but I do prefer that you use a soft brush because the soft brush has a lighter touch to it, all right? And speaking of soft brushes, I just dropped these 3WP Gold handle brushes. This is the handle soft brush. This is the first soft handle brush I came out with, and it's mighty excellent. Now, what you have to do for this method is, first you wanna grab your comb, right? And I did this method when I was cutting my hair, like I mentioned. You wanna grab the comb. Right before your haircut, you wanna have your waves put together, right? You don't wanna go try and get your hair cut at the barbershop or cut it yourself after you've been sleeping for 2 weeks without a do-rag on, you know what I'm saying? And haven't got your breath session in. You want your hair to be nice and laid down, all right? So make sure you prepare your hair with the morning method or a wash and style method, all right? Before you do this pre-haircut technique. Now, your hair is laid down, right? Your wave is looking nice, you know what I'm saying? You've been woofing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, however long you've been woofing. You take your hair, you comb it out. Boom, boom, boom. Comb it out from each and every side. You're combing the hair off your scalp, and that's what you're basically doing. Now you're combing your hair, right? Now combing is essentially just lifting your hair off your scalp. But there's more to the technique. After you finish combing all around your head, you wanna brush it back down. But I suggest you do it with the soft brush. And then just barely brush it down lightly. You just wanna tap the soft brush over the hair just so that it won't be sticking up like too much, you know what I'm saying? You don't wanna lay it back down, but you just wanna make sure the hair is not too lift up. So just brush down the topmost layer is what you're doing with the soft brush. And once you do that, you know what I'm saying? That's when you go prepare to get your cut. Now your hair is lifted off your scalp, but it ain't too out of place, you know what I'm saying? Because you brushed it with that soft brush just to align up the hairs in this normal place. When I did that, I noticed that my haircuts came out cleaner. So I want you to try that, and that should allow you to see some nice progress when you get your haircut, all right, after woofing for a certain amount of time. So that's tip number 2. All right, y'all, roll with me, Yoshi Squad. Roll with me. Y'all gonna be some 360 wave experts when it comes to getting your haircut after this video, man. Boost the like button too if you didn't hit it yet, man. I hope these tips are, you know what I'm saying, giving you some insight. Now, let's go on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is really simple. Now, when you're about to get your haircut, you basically have 2 different options that you can choose from in the way that you're gonna get it cut. Now, it's the option number 1, you can get it cut with the grain, or option number 2, you can get it cut against the grain. I'm gonna tell you guys the pros and cons of both of these, all right? I get my hair cut with the grain all the time, you know what I'm saying? It's rare that I will ever get it against the grain cut, you know what I'm saying? Some people think against the grain cuts are bad. Now we're gonna tell you the pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? The pros of getting the with the grain cut is, you know what I'm saying? You're going with the natural growth of your hair, all right? And that's just a benefit because you're just, you know what I'm saying? You're not going against what your hair knows, all right? That's just how simply I can put it. Now, against the grain is when you go against the way your hair grows and the way you brush it. People say that you tend to get a more even cut when you do it that way, and that's understandable. But anyways, that's the pro of against the grain cut. But yeah, you can also achieve the same even look just by cutting with the grain. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, is that really a pro? Anyways, against the grain, another thing though that you gotta look out for, when you get it cut against the grain, usually it cuts your hair lower. All right, so you might want to look out for that. Like if you usually get a 1 with the grain, if you want to get it against the grain cut, then you want to probably step that guard up 1 notch, you know what I'm saying? So instead of 1 against the grain, get that 2 against the grain, or 2.5, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get that 1 against the grain, you're going to be looking like Mr. Baldy. All right, my friend, you don't want to look like Mr. Baldy. You're gonna go to school or work the next day and they're gonna be like, what happened? Like, did you lose a bet? They're gonna give you a fresh cut slap. Like, boy. All right, but yeah, those are the 2 options. Tip number 4, let's do it. Y'all ready for this one? All All right, so tip number 4 is more of a customization tip. Let me explain. If you cut your hair yourself, which you should be cutting your hair yourself if you're trying to get the best results for your waves, because you'll be able to kind of customize. Let me explain, like I said I was gonna do. All right, when I say customization and customizing your haircut, it's just certain parts of your hair or your waves that may need some special attention. For example, when I was cutting my hair, this past cut, and I'm gonna pop this video up right here, my left side is my strong side and my right side is my weak side. Now, what I did here is, at first I kept the guard halfway closed, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, I know this cut is gonna look better if I close this guard all the way. And so what I did was, I decided to close the guard all the way. But I knew that if I would have chopped down my weak side to that one with the guard all the way closed, my weak side would have suffered as far as the visibility and appearance of my waves. And so what I did was, I cut every side down to a 1 with the guard closed except for my weak side, and I left this side higher. So what I did was I cut this weak side down with the guard halfway open, or you could say halfway closed, either or, it's the same thing. All right, so I just put the notch in the middle and just cut this side down. So it was more hair on this side. However, it all looked cool because, you know what I'm saying, it's not too much of a length difference, but, you know what I'm saying, this side was looking stronger, you know what I'm saying, compared to if I would have cut it down. And I know this because I've cut my hair plenty of times before, and I notice when I do this, my weak side suffers. When I go one guard all the way closed, my weak side suffers. But I noticed that when I'm cutting it down with the guard halfway open, I'm like, okay, my weak side is looking good, ain't looking that bad, you know what I'm saying? And so I made that decision to customize it. And you know what I'm saying, other wavers do that, like Sir Cruz mentioned before that he leave the back of his head like a guard or something higher than the rest of his hair, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a customization that he does. And if you a waver, you'll probably find different customizations that you might want to do when you cut your own hair. So that's my tip right there. Decide to start cutting your own hair, or if you know what I'm saying, if you work with your barber, you could communicate with him really well, then let him know how you want to customize your cut, you know what I'm saying? Just like, keep this weak side half a guard higher, you know what I'm saying, man, I'm trying to not, you know what I'm saying, expose this weak side. Now, when you keeping that weak side a half a guard higher, you know what I'm saying, make sure you put plenty of brushwork in on it so that it can eventually catch up, you know what I'm saying, and you won't no longer need to customize it like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to be customized forever, you know what I'm saying? Saying. All right. Haircut tip number 5. Y'all ready for this one? It revolves around getting tapers. Now, I know y'all, I love tapers just as much as the next guy love tapers. But when you're trying to build your 360 waves and you a beginner, tapers can be detrimental to your progress on the side. Trust me, I know from experience. Now look, you could get away with tapers if your barber don't tape you up too high, you know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, sometimes you can't avoid but taping up too high. And I learned this as I start cutting other people's hair, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact, Jack. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, when you get your 360 wave progress in there and it's solidified, then you can start getting tapers. As long as you keep your brush work up, you'll be able to maintain your waves on the side, like making them look excellent. But they gotta get in first. So kind of just like chill out on tapers for like a good, I don't wanna say 2 months, because it'll probably take more than that to like seal the waves in on the side, especially down there at the lower part. A good 4 months, you know what I'm saying? So a good 4 haircuts go without getting tapers. A good half a year, put major brushwork in, and your waves should be like, they should be in there solidified on the sides by then. And then when you get your tapers, you'll notice that once your hair get back to the woofing length, that the wave progress is gonna be right back in like it never left. And yeah, that's that final
fifth tip.
Bonus tip, y'all ready? Bonus tip. Now, this just revolves around the haircut frequency. If you want to keep your waves looking good, you're going to have to not get your haircut that frequently, you know what I'm saying? And that just basically points to woofing. You gotta woof, bro. You know what I'm saying? Woofing is the key to deeper 360 waves and the key to making progress and keeping the progress looking nice. All right, 1 month of woofing time is normally good, you know what I'm saying, for most people. But if you got extra coarse hair, you might want to boost that woofing time up to like 6 to 8 weeks, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to get the lineups. Always gotta let you know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all be taking it too literal. Y'all be like, damn, man, 3WP trying to tell me to woof for 8 weeks, but my hairline gonna grow out of line, man. It's gonna be crazy. Bro, get the lineup. I'm saying, as long as you don't cut your hair down too low before it's ready, and then you gonna be all right. Yeah, man, I'm gonna end this right there. Those are the haircut tips I have for y'all, Wave family. I hope they help. Do this right now for me. Join the 3WP Wave Family Facebook group. Go there right now, all right? Go on Facebook, type in 3WP Wave Family, join the Facebook group, and I'm gonna post on there a post, and I'm gonna be like, look, y'all, post y'all picture and y'all question. And you post your picture and your question, and I'm gonna take those pictures, I'm gonna take those questions, I'm gonna put them in my next video, and I'm gonna answer them right there for everybody to see, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm gonna do that. All right, Ocean Squad, see y'all, deuces.